Have you ever wondered why your life just felt so difficult, extremely hard, and just going down a different path than everyone else that you have come in contact with? Whether if that was with your friends, relationships, family members, co-workers, neighbors, it doesn't matter who it is, but you've noticed that you have gone through a series of events that seems to just completely destroy you. All right. And not only that, people want to destroy you also. And you're sitting here scratching your head and trying to figure it out, and you don't understand why. For those of you that's new to this journey, all right, maybe you've just gone through a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're a year in, maybe you're a couple months in. Okay, but maybe you're actually searching for answers because you're trying to figure out exactly what is going on in your life and why you are feeling different all of a sudden. All right, remember, there's no such thing as a coincidence. This doesn't happen for no reason, my family, all right? And I've talked to so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, and all of you say the exact same thing, or you have very similar stories. So don't think that you're crazy. Don't think that something's wrong with you. You're just simply going through awakening, and this is why your life has been so hard. You have to remember, you are chosen for the journey, right? And you might be asking, well, Coach Kev, what does that even mean? Like, what journey, right? The journey of the soul. You see, you going through a spiritual awakening is causing you to remember who you truly are. Right? Remember, you are a spiritual being living a temporary human experience. You have a purpose, you have a calling, a much higher calling at that, and you have something to accomplish, right? And it's not by coincidence that you all are just scattered all over the world, and either you're landing here on this channel, or you're landing on other channels, or you're coming across other content creators, you're coming across other life coaches, right? And all the messages, the things that you have been going through is resonating with you, all right? How many of you are feeling like that right now? Drop your comments down below and let me know, because this path is not easy, right? Remember, God said life was not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, right? But it seems like you have it way more difficult than other people. And while, yes, that might seem true and that might be the case, the thing is that you look at things differently, right? You have a different perception of life when it comes to life itself, when it comes to situations, experiences, opportunities, things that come across your life. And the thing is that even though things look like they're going really hard, or they're going down the wrong path, or things are just completely turning around and not working out in your favor, at the end of the day, all right, you have a beautiful life ahead of you. You are creating your future, and you have what it takes to actually create that. As long as you take inspired action, you do not give up, and you trust the process. This is what separates you from a lot of other people, because you have so many talents, you have so many gifts, you have so much to offer to the world. And other people may also, but they don't recognize it, right? They don't even realize their talents and gifts. They don't even realize their capabilities and what they actually have to offer. And a lot of people are just existing. They're not living their life. All right, guys, time is just flying by, right? This Friday is already August 1st, right? 2026 is right around the corner. Okay, so whatever ideas you have planted in your head, in your mind, you know, whatever revelations, whatever things are showing up on your path, you have to move forward with that, because you're going to gain a lot of clarity. You're going to put a lot of intention into the things that you need to complete and the things that you need to do. And here's the thing about the spiritual awakening, right? And I want you guys to confirm this for me, right? Drop your comments. Let me know. Let's talk about this. All right, because many of you going through this new change, you're going through this new sense of awareness, right? You're starting to you know, recognize repeating number patterns. You're starting to recognize that you're drawing closer to God. You're starting to recognize that you're tapping more into your passions, into your creativity side. That stuff's not happening for no reason. And the thing is that when you were growing up, you probably had some of these things show up on your path, but it went right over your head, right? Maybe people said certain things to you about your passions, about your purpose. Maybe they said certain things to you, and you kind of just like looked at them with just like a side eye, like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Like, I would never do anything like that. I don't see myself going in that direction. I don't know, right? But the thing is that when you go through your spiritual awakening, then you start to question life. You start to question, well, why am I even here? How did I even get here? Why am I at this job? Why am I hanging out with these friends? Why am I allowing for this to happen? Why am I allowing for that to happen? Why? All right, you start going down this rabbit hole. You have just question after question after question. But then on top of that, you want to learn even more. right? How many of you are feeling that? How many of you are going through this currently right now in your life, right? Your mind is like a sponge. And at this point, you're going to start soaking up so much information. You're going to start doing so much research that your life isn't going to be on autopilot anymore, right? So a lot of people, the people outside, you know, if you maybe groups that you've hung out with, relationships that you've been in, family members, right? They want you to follow the generation. They want you to fall in line and do the exact same thing as them, right? Many of you have probably had parents that have went to certain schools, they've had a certain career, and they wanted you to do the exact same thing, but you were never called to do that. You never felt called to do that, but you wanted to make your parents proud, or you wanted to make your guardian proud, right? So you would give it a shot, you would give it a try, but at the end of the day, you were not happy. Right? You were not happy. You found no happiness. You found no joy. You found no passion in doing what they wanted you to do. But because you are a great person, you wear your heart on your sleeve, you want other people to be happy for you. You want other people to be, you know, you don't want to disappoint people, basically, right? But now when you go through your spiritual awakening, you're like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't care. I have to do something that is calling my soul in the direction that I'm supposed to go. Right? And once you start beginning to do this, and once you start to realize this is when things really begin to shift in a monumental way, because now your passions, the talents that you've put in the closet that's been collecting cobwebs, you're starting to pull all that stuff out. You're starting to fall in line and in alignment with what you truly want to do in life. Right? And this is what makes a monumental impact on the world, on your life, who you are becoming. And you're going to go through a monumental shift and just major changes that happen in your life. So you have to follow that calling, right? Many of you have dealt with the narcissist, right? That's one thing. I feel like that's one thing in common that chosen ones have come across, right? Drop your comments. Let me know. Have you dealt with a narcissist? Whether if it was a narcissistic family member, a narcissistic boss at a job, you know, someone that you dated, someone that you married. Many of you, if not all of you, have experienced this in your life. And sometimes, you know, the narcissist could have caused your spiritual awakening to kick off because they put you through so much trauma. They put you through so much pain, right? And all you wanted to do was be there for them. You wanted to care for them. You wanted to love them. You wanted to protect them, whatever that might look like for your life and what you did for this individual or for that family member or that boss or whatever. But you notice that you were treated unfairly. You were always treated poor. You were always looked down upon, right? And people always wanted to stomp on your heart. They always wanted to ruin you. You have to remember, with you having such a bright and amazing soul and such an amazing spirit, all right, people can feel that. They can feel that on an energetic level. All right, remember now, 2020, I'm just going back in time really quick, so y'all stay with me, okay? I called 2020 the year of vision. Right. That 1 year, right in that time when we was going through C-19, and it caused the world to slow down, but it caused a lot of people to open their eyes. How many of you experienced that? How many of you went through that during that time? You may have had your awakening a couple years before. You may have had your awakening a couple years after. You may have had your awakening during that time in 2020. And all of a sudden you just had this huge epiphany, right? Everything just started to make sense. All the dots connected. And you was like, wait a minute. Something is just really shifting. Something is really happening here. But during that time, you didn't understand. You didn't understand what was going on. A lot of you are being called to your purpose right now, and you have to step foot into it. You have to move towards that, all right? I don't know who needs to hear this message today, but this message is for you. Take this as your confirmation right now, that what you went through, what you're going through, remember, your circumstances do not define you, okay? Please remember that. Whether if you've gone through a near-death experience, you've gone through a lot of trauma, you've gone through a lot of pain, you've gone through a lot of people just stomping on your heart, completely just trying to ruin your life, you are not defined by those circumstances, okay? Things that have been meant to break you, meant to kill you, to break you down, is actually shaping you to become the best version of yourself, all right? This is why you have a story to share. This is why you have to start a YouTube channel and personal brand. All right. Many of you are not meant to work in that 9-to-5 space, or many of you are not meant, even if it's not a 9-to-5 job, like you are called, right, to do something of great substance, something that's really going to impact the world, right? You're not just an employee working at a job. Even if you are working a 9-to-5 job, which could be part of your purpose, right? You could just really be bringing something to that environment that's really going to shake that environment up. Okay, remember, you have people talking about you all, in rooms before you even step foot into that room. Things are already in alignment and shaping out, for your future and where you are supposed to go and the things that you're supposed to create. So the journey that you're on, right? The journey of the soul, right? Because it's like being reborn again, right? That's what it is. You going through a spiritual awakening, you're being reborn again to discover truly who you are, why you're here, what's your purpose. And then you start to receive the stepstones of blessings. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is, I've talked about this before in a video that I did a long time ago. I probably did this video it's probably been like 2 years now, maybe a year and a half, something like that. But I did this video a long time ago. So y'all pay very close attention to this, okay? The stepstones of blessings, right? This is how you start moving towards your purpose and stepping into the life that you are meant to live, okay? Now, just like back in the day when you were growing up, you were a child, people told you certain things or they recognized certain things in you and you was like, no, that's not me, type of thing. Take it from me, perfect example. I've had people telling me growing up, oh, Kev, you look like you belong on stage. You look like you should be doing this. You look like you should be doing that. You should be doing something big out here. Like you're like on a camera or something, or you have a microphone in your hand. And I would always tell people, no, that's not me. I don't see myself doing that at all. And the thing is that the mask of the world, what you have gone through, or what you were going through before your spiritual awakening, it covers all of that up. So you can't even see clearly. You cannot see clear through to the true destination and the path that you are supposed to live, because everything, it's like having some shades on, right? You got those blinders on. You can't see clearly in the life that you're truly supposed to live because you're living on autopilot. You're surrounded by distractions, what the enemy completely wants you to be. So you can't see and tap into your God-given purpose, okay? But growing up, you've always had these things that you love to do, right? Have you noticed that? Maybe you love to sing. Maybe you love to cook. Maybe you love to help people. Maybe you love to work on cars. Maybe you love to build things with your hands, right? Whatever that is, all right? A lot of this ties into your purpose. It ties into your passions, right? Because you did it for a very long time. But when you go through your spiritual awakening, it's like the blinders come off. The veil has been lifted. Now you can see clearly into the life that you really want. And the thing is that when you go through the spiritual awakening, this is when you start to see that people in your corner should not be there. Family members are probably not supposed to be there. Certain family members, things that they've taught you or things that or not taught you, but things that they've been pushing you towards, right? You realize that's not what I want to do. No, mom and dad, I don't want to go to that college. I don't want to do the same career. I don't want to live in this town. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But they've been trying to force that stuff onto you. You see, this is why you are the black sheep of your family and why you go against the grain, right? Why you are a seeker of truth and why you want to know and understand what is going on out here in the world, what is going on in your life, what's going on in other people's lives. Not like being nosy, I'm not talking about that, but just like why certain people say certain things and treat you in a certain way. You're trying to figure out what it is, all right? And it's that will drive you crazy, family, right? It'll completely drive you crazy. You're like, yo, why am I the one that's always getting talked about? I'm the one that's always getting backlash. I'm the one that's always getting stomped on. I'm the one that's always being left out, right? People are always treating you a certain way, but other people get different type of treatment from you, especially in the job force. That's a huge one. Many of you have been so severely attacked at the job from bosses, from coworkers, and it just completely breaks you and ruins you. And you have to remember, it's because you're not meant to be there. Okay, you have a much higher calling. So your higher calling is going to take you to another level in your life that's really going to change your life for the good, and it's going to help you step foot into your best life yet. All right, so you have to take your spiritual way. You have to take this journey so seriously right now and pay attention to the signs. Right now, going back to, the veil being lifted, 2020, perfect vision, the world slowing down, all these things happening and you going through your awakening during this time, it was meant to happen. Everything happens in divine timing when it's supposed to happen. There's no such thing as a coincidence. So with you now starting to see clearly, right? Okay, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life, or I'm being called in this direction. I'm not supposed to go over here. I was going down this path the entire time. And now I'm starting to realize that this was not the path that I'm supposed to go down. I'm actually supposed to go over here. Your purpose is calling you, my family. All right, I don't know who needs to hear that part either, but your purpose is calling you, and you being the chosen one of your family, breaking generational curses, stepping into the light, showing your love out here in the world, it's truly needed. Like, you are needed. You may not, people probably made you feel like that you were not needed in the world, that you were not capable, that you were not worthy, you were not loved, you were not lovable, you know, all these different things. They projected all these things onto you, and you really felt that, because most of you are empaths out here, right? So you can feel energy, you can feel emotions, you can feel other people, right? You can truly feel this, and it could be extremely draining, right? Having a lot of people around you, or having a lot of people tell you certain things and you feeling their emotions. And most of you, you know, I've said this plenty of times in other videos, you have people that are naturally just gravitate towards you because they want advice from you. They want recommendations from you, right? And it could be complete strangers. It doesn't matter who it is, but you have that type of light that attracts a lot of people, and it also attracts a lot of bad, because they don't want you to move forward. Now, I'm not talking about they as in the person, right? I'm talking about their spirit, right? Remember, this is spiritual warfare. This is a journey of a soul. This is a spiritual journey that you're on. So most people on the outside of you, they don't even recognize it. They don't know what it is, right? You may have people that they don't even like you. Like, they may tell you like they don't like you, or they may tell other people they don't like you, and they have no reason. They absolutely have no reason to not like you, and they don't even understand why. It's because it's their spirit, right? They don't understand the spiritual essence of what they are feeling and what they are going through. They just know that they don't like you. Okay, remember, your spirit irritates a lot of people's demons, and a lot of people out here have so many demons. They don't know how to control it. They don't know how to control their life. They don't know how to get out of their negative way of thinking. And this is why you are meant to help people. So take this spiritual awakening journey extremely serious. Take it serious, because it doesn't mean you are defined by your circumstances. It doesn't mean you're not loved. It doesn't mean that you're not appreciated. It doesn't mean any of these things, okay? Because this is why you find your like-minded tribe. This is why you find your community. This is why you find people that resonate with who you are, all right? Because those people are also going through the same thing, and they want to help you. Okay, so don't take this lightly, my family, right? You're going to live a hard life, right? You may go through some very traumatic experiences in your life, but you have what it takes to actually push through all those trials and tribulations that you have been faced up against. And this is why you are different. This is why you're separated, right? Remember, you're not meant to fit in, okay? You're meant to stand out. Whoo, come on now, right? You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. Okay, so whatever you have in your heart, whatever your soul is calling you to do, whatever you feel like, you know, you're just being drawn to, you need to go ahead and do that, because most of the time that's going to help you step into your purpose, especially if you have already gone through a spiritual awakening, you've done the inner work, and now you're paying very close attention to the path that you're going down. Listen, you guys, you're outgrowing so many people, so many things, so many situations, bad habits. You're outgrowing all these things. So you got to give yourself a round of applause, because you're actually growing and getting better every single day. Every single day. As long as you continue to work on yourself, you're taking inspired action, and you're moving towards where you're being called. You're actually following the signs, the revelations that you're getting, the new ideas that's automatically just being planted up in your head out of nowhere, the dreams that you're receiving. Okay, all of your growth all together is just molding you and shaping you into a better person every single day, literally every single day. So this is why the journey of the soul, the journey of your spiritual awakening, it's not something that you just live for a day or two or a week or two and then you just completely forget about it and you step back into the world. No, this is an everyday occurrence. This is something that you always have to put action towards. And as long as you keep putting action towards that, as long as you keep trusting the process, as long as you keep trusting God and asking for guidance and deliverance and, you know, from bad habits or things that you've experienced and everything like that in your world, the signs are going to pop up. Things are going to pop up. People are going to pop up. Opportunities, experiences, they're all going to pop up. Okay, so your personal growth and development is so monumental right here. It's so big, right? And remember, what you are doing is much bigger than you. This isn't even about you, right? Like what you are doing in your life, what you are creating, if you're creating a business or you have a business idea, you have something that you want to accomplish, something that you want to do, it's much bigger than you. It's much bigger than you. So you're going to have such an amazing impact on the world that people are going to be so drawn to your light. They're going to be so drawn to your energy. They're going to be so drawn to you because you have something so beautiful inside you. And that's because your soul has been crying to break free, my family. And now you are beginning to recognize that. You're starting to say, hey, this is who I am, right? I'm not just a name. I'm not just a location. I'm not just this person, an employee that works at this job. No. This is who I am. I am a spiritual being, and my soul is taking me and connecting me with the people that need to be in my corner. And it's also connecting me with my purpose, and it's going to shift everything. So if you're new to this journey, please let me know. Drop your comments down below. I would love to know who's new, right? Like, not just new to the channel, but like maybe you just gone through a spiritual awakening, or maybe just, you know, some new things are beginning to shift and happen in your life, and you didn't understand why. Hopefully this video gives you a little bit of clarity. And it's because you are the black sheep, the chosen black sheep of your family. You go against the grain, you stand for truth, you love and care for other people when a lot of people out here are not like that. You know, there's still a lot of people in the world that are very loving, they're very giving, all right? But you just take it to the next level, my family. Like, the type of energy that you bring, the type of love and light that you bring to people's lives is just so unique. It's so monumental, and people want to feel that. Right? Remember, just like I talked about before, this is why a lot of people run away from you or ghost you or can't talk to you anymore or treat you a certain way, because they don't understand. They don't know how to handle that light. They've never experienced that type of energy before, right? So they don't know how to handle it. So they fumble you and all these different things. But it's not for you to make somebody, you know, like you. That's not your purpose. That's not your point. If people don't want your energy, if they don't want to be around you, you wipe your hands with the situation and you let them go, right? This is what's going to help you step foot into the life that you are supposed to live, and surround yourself with like-minded people. So the journey of the soul, right, that you are currently going through right now, right? You're probably going to get so many downloads. You're going to receive so many new ideas. You're going to be called in so many new directions, and you have to move forward with it with purpose, intention, and clarity. All right? Don't forget to ask for clarity. Don't forget to go down in prayer. Don't forget to meditate. Spend time alone. Spend time in silence. Right? And if you are meditating, remember, like, when you're doing your meditation, yes, you're going to have 1,000 thoughts that's going to just be popping up into your mind. All right. But the goal is to sit in stillness, like allow for those thoughts to come. But eventually you're going to sit in silence. When you can just listen to the silence, that's powerful. All right. When you can listen to the silence, my family, that is extremely powerful. And it's going to help you just be in the present moment. Okay, a lot of people are not living in the present moment. They're living in the past. They're living in the future, right? They're allowing their thoughts to just get way ahead of them, and they're not being grateful for the present moment. When you are grateful for the present moment, where you currently are right now in your life, even if you're going through trauma, even if you're going through pain, even if you're going through loss, like, just be present, right? Everything that you do, be present, right? Sometimes when you get in the car, like, and you go to turn your car, and just listen to the engine sound. Listen to the birds chirping as you're outside walking and running. Listen to the noises around you. When you pay very close attention to that, you will begin to be grateful for some of these things. All right. And it's really just gonna help you out in life, my family. So yes, the path is not easy. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you're gonna go through dark times, but you are not the type to give up. And this is what makes you extremely unique and special, because you're not like a lot of other people. A lot of people, they'll go through one or two situations in their life, or they'll go through a series of events and they immediately quit. They immediately throw in the white towel. And those people, they're not even thinking about their purpose. Why? Because they're just existing. They're not living. They're not living in the present moment. They're not grateful for what they currently have in their life. When you can start to be grateful and start to recognize that this is a journey of your soul, which is calling you into a monumental shift and in a different direction of your life, it's going to help you get through the trying times. It's going to help you push through, right? Because now you're starting to see, wow, like, even though I went through this, like, my life is beautiful. The person that I am, the person that I'm becoming, is a beautiful individual. I am a beautiful being. I'm willing, and I want to help other people. I just want to help people, right? I've talked to so many of you also, and I'm like, so what do you want to do in life? Like, what do you feel like you are called to do? And so many of you have said, Coach Kev, I just want to help people. I don't even know yet exactly what that means, but I just want to help people. And this is a great thing, because eventually, if you continue to follow that, continue to ask for guidance and gain clarity around that, you're going to find yourself stepping into an environment, getting around people that needs your help. right? It just shows up like a thief in the night, my family. Like when you are so focused on it and you're actually moving towards that and you're not giving up and you're trusting the process and you're doing your research and you're working on yourself, it just shows up like that, like a thief in the night. And before you know it, you have stepped foot into the next level of your life and you're actually helping people and making a major impact on the world. All right, so I don't know who needed to hear this message today, but many of you are going through your spiritual awakening. Even if you've gone through it for years, maybe you've kind of forgot what the journey was about. Remember, you are stepping into your purpose. You have a much higher calling. Whatever you are being called to do, you need to go and do it. Go and do it. All right, no matter how hard things are, no matter how hard something is that you're going through, you cannot give up on yourself because you are not defined by your circumstances. And remember, the story that you have built for yourself or what you have gone through over the years, of your life, it's something that needs to be shared with the world because believe it or not, a lot of people have gone through the exact same thing. They have a similar situation and they're going to resonate with that. And you're going to be able to help them maneuver and see clearly through what they have gone through, right? Some people just have so much fog in front of them, below them, above them, to the left, to the right of them, that they can't see the next step forward. They don't know what to do, so they feel stuck. But once you have that clarity and once you're moving forward with the intention of helping people and stepping into your purpose, the fog begins to slowly fade away. All right, so I love you all to life. I don't know who needed to hear this message. If it resonated, drop your comments down below. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up for me. And listen, like I said, you have a story to share. You need to share that story. All right, so come on over and join the private community. I would love to have you there. If you want to start a YouTube business and personal brand, so that way you can share your story and so that way you can do something monumental. Right? Do something monumental out here that's going to make a major impact on the world. Because remember, this is not about you. This is much bigger than you, my family. So what you are doing is going to resonate and it's going to just shock the world to its core. All right, so you all have an amazing day today. Don't forget to turn on your bell notifications for more videos to come. And remember, you can find all links down below in the description. If you just want to have a one-on-one guidance and advice call with me, you need some clarity, you need some guidance, you want to talk about some things, I got you covered, my family. All right, you will find that link in the description. Go ahead and book your one-on-one call with me. I would love to talk with you, okay? So you all have an amazing week. Keep being great. Keep becoming the best version of yourself. And I can't wait to hear all of your stories and how things are just shaping up to be the greatest for you guys. All right, so keep being great, family. I love you to life, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.